Hey, aloha, Mark J. coming to you from our home here in beautiful Kauai, Hawaii. What's really nice about the spring, summer over here as the ocean, which gets a little blue-gray in the winter, gets that beautiful cobalt blue. Anyway, how did I get here? You know, people want to know what's the secret. There aren't any secrets. There's just a couple of things that people don't know, and one of them is names. Let's face it, there's names and there's everything else. There's names and there's everything else. And when we're out of names, we're out of business, and we tend to clutch on to the few that we have left, even though deep in our hearts we know they're not going to do anything. So one of the ways that I learned to get referrals, okay, was way back with the insurance, when I was in the insurance industry, and then Britannica, right, when I was hustling books. Britannica, which was called Britannica USA. We used to call it Abuser, okay, because we felt abused as salesmen out in the field. But they paid a $50 bonus on any referral you got. In other words, not a company-generated lead. And so did the insurance industry. They paid a bonus. So I wanted to learn how to make those $50 bonuses, and I got really pretty good at it. So where do you get these referrals? Well, that's really the big thing. You get them from people that said no. So real quick tip for you here, it works just like this, and you'll end up filling your phone with referrals from people that said no to the opportunity. So you've pitched somebody on your business, you know, to take a look at your business. They looked at it and they decide that it's not for them. The timing just isn't right. How do you get referrals from those people? Now, it needs to be said that 7 of the top 10 distributors that I sponsored in my 20-plus year successful career came from referrals of people that said no about the business. How did they get them? Well, I think what most people do is they ask the wrong question. It's all about the words that we choose. It's all about what we say. And if you say the wrong words, it's going to create one impression in the subconscious mind. The sales filter is going to go up, and they're going to say no, or they'll say, I'll get back to you when you ask them for referrals, and of course they never do. One tiny shift will make all the difference. So generally what we do when we call people and they say, right on the initial call, I'm not interested, or they looked at the business and they weren't interested, a lot of times we're trained to say, well, do you know anybody who might be interested? Do you know anybody who's looking to make some additional income? And of course, the answer is always the same. It's no, and because that stings a second time in that conversation, we stop asking for referrals. I'm telling you right now, right here, referrals is the gold mine. It's an untapped gold mine because people don't know how to do it. So what's the tiny little change? Well, you finished with someone, they said they're really too busy right now to even look at your business. You don't want to say, do you know anybody that might be looking to make a few extra bucks? What you want to ask them is, who do you know in the Washington, D.C. area? Let's say you live in Washington, D.C. Actually picked this up from someone that I partnered with for a while. He reminded me of it, and our teams made fortunes using this. Who do you know in the Seattle area? Who do you know that's outgoing? Who do you know that has a great personality and loves to talk to people? It has a completely different feel to them. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Do you know anybody who'd like to make a few extra bucks? Do you know anybody that's looking for an opportunity, which is what we were trained to do, and appropriately is, who do you know that lives in the Seattle area? Who do you know that's outgoing? Who do you know that knows a lot of people? Who do you know that likes to tell stories, the life of the party? And they start thinking, who do I know? Who do I know? And you're going to get some names and you're going to get some numbers. That brings up the second part of it. Okay, you got, let's say, Frank's number and from a girl named Judy. How do you start that conversation so you don't seem like someone who's pouncing on them? Well, I actually learned this with Britannica, one version of it, but it's been refined by my friend and mentor, Tom Big Al Schrader. And this is all you got to say. You can leave it on an answering machine. They'll call you back. and you can use it if you catch them live. It works both ways, so you're going to learn one thing. And this is the way it goes. I'm calling because Judy asked me to, Frank, and I promised that I would. And so when you have a chance, give me a call at 978-373-9030, whatever it happens to be. Let me give it to you nice and slow if you're taking notes. I'm calling because Judy asked me to, and I promised that I would. Now, if you get them live, you need to know the skills, and I put a link down there that'll help you get some skills so that you know what to say at that point. You should know what your opening sentence is. I'm a big believer in memorizing the opener. It's not really a script. It's really what we like to call tiny engagements. Just little things to get them engaged in the conversation, to light the fire of hope within them. So again, don't ever ask anybody, do you know anybody who'd like to make extra money, who's open-minded? You know, instead say, who do you know that lives in the Seattle area if you live in Seattle, okay? Or who do you know that's got a great personality, sort of life of the party, loves telling stories and jokes? And then when you call these people up, again, quick review here, I'm calling because Judy asked me to, and I promised that I would. Hey, let me know what you think down below. Might be a good blog to share with your teammates. Maybe they'll get some referrals and you'll make some more money, because people will get referrals and they'll know what to say when they call them. All right, peace be the journey.
Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Oh, and don't forget to click the like button.